everyone, welcome to Learning Literature with Purba. Wish you all a very happy, healthy, prosperous and successful New Year 2021. In today's video, we are going to discuss the Victorian Age, which comes right after the Romantic Age. So at first we will discuss the historical background of the age, then we will talk about the literary features of the Victorian Age, and finally we will look at the major writers and their works. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then do subscribe to it and hit the bell icon so that you never miss an update. Now the timeline of the Victorian Age is 1837 to 1901 AD, which is basically the reign of Queen Victoria. The Victorian Age is the next golden period of Britain after the Elizabethan Age. Now we will take a look at the historical background of the Victorian Age. Number 1. Materialistic developments. Now the Victorian Age was brimming with commercial energy. Due to the Industrial Revolution, this age saw plenty of advancements in technology. So it was an era of prosperity. Now what are the things that happened due to the materialistic developments? The Great Exhibition took place in 1851 in the Crystal Palace. All the manufactured goods of Britain were displayed to show the prosperity of Britain. On the other side, there was social injustice among the working class people. So writers such as Charles Dickens and Elizabeth Gaskell wrote about the condition of England, and their novels are often called the social problem novels or industry novels because they showcased the poverty and suffering of the working class people. Number 2. Chartism. Now Chartism is a national movement that emerged in 1836 and gained peak during 1838 and 1848. It is basically a British working class movement where the working class people demanded certain changes such as the right to vote, equal electoral district, annually elected parliament, and abolishment of property given to the members of parliament. Number 3. Intellectual developments. So the Victorian Age was also a period where we could see intellectual developments. Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species, published in 1859, resulted in scientific revolution. Charles Darwin had talked about his theories of evolution and natural selection. So many people stopped believing in a supernatural power called God who created human beings because Charles Darwin wrote about evolution. So people also started questioning the authority of the church. So the Victorian Age saw a major clash between faith and reason. Now let's take a look at the literary features of the Victorian Age. Number 1. Social problem novels. As we have already discussed, writers such as Charles Dickens and Elizabeth Gaskell wrote about the condition of England, the poverty and suffering of working class people in their novels, which came to be known as social problem novels. Number 2. Victorian morality and revolt. So in the Victorian Age, it was considered improper for a man to smoke in public and for a lady to ride a bicycle. Now there were writers such as Alfred Tennyson who adhered to this morality of the Victorian Age in his works, whereas other writers such as Thomas Carlyle, Matthew Arnold, and William Makepeace Thackeray satirized the snobbishness of the Victorian Age and protested against the morality of the age. Number 3. Influence of science and religion. The literary works of the Victorian age were influenced by both science and religion. Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species influenced Tennyson, Thomas Carlyle, and Matthew Arnold. The Oxford movement was a religious movement of the Victorian age. It was headed by the young thinkers of the Oxford University. They expressed their discontentment with the existing beliefs of the Church of England, and the movement inspired many writers of the Victorian age. Number 4. Novel became the most popular form of literature. So as paper and printing costs became cheaper, people started reading a lot of books. The demand for books became higher. And among all forms of literature, people enjoyed reading novels. So novels became the most popular form of English literature in Victorian age. So these are the literary features of the Victorian age. Now we will take a look at the major writers and their works. Let's first take a look at the Victorian poets. At first we have Alfred Tennyson. Tennyson often used the legends of King Arthur and Homer's Eliot and Odyssey as the subject matter of his poems. His major works are The Lotos Eaters, Ulysses, Lady Shalott, Palace of Art, In Memoriam, and Idylls of the King. Number 2. Robert Browning. Robert Browning is most known for his dramatic monologues. His major works are Porphyria's Lover, Sordello, his poetry collections Bells and Pomegranates, Men and Women, Dramatic Romances and Lyrics, and Dramatic Persona. Number 3. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. She is the wife of Robert Browning. Her major works are Cry of the Children and Sonnets from Portuguese. Number 4. Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold was not only a poet but also a very famous literary critic. His most popular poems are Dover Witch, Empedocles on Etna, and The Scholar Gypsy. His most popular works of criticism are Essays in Criticism, Culture and Anarchy, Literature and Dogma. Number 5. Dante Gabriel Rossetti. He was a painter and a poet. He was a founder of the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. He is most known for his poem called The Blessed Damozel. Then we have Christina Rossetti, who is the sister of Dante Gabriel Rossetti, and she is well known for her famous poem Goblin Market. Now let's take a look at the Victorian novelists. First we have Charles Dickens. His major works are Oliver Twist, Christmas Carol, David Copperfield, Hard Times, Tale of Two Cities, and Great Expectations. Number 2. William Makepeace Thackeray. His major works are Vanity Fair and History of Henry Esmond. Number 3. George Eliot. Her real name is Mary Ann Evans. She wrote under the pen name of George Eliot to hide her gender. Her major works are Adam Bede, Mill on the Floss, Silas Mariner, and Middlemarch. Number 4. Charlotte Bronte. She wrote under the pen name of Currer Bell, and she is most well known for her work Jane Eyre and also Villette. Then we have her sister Emily Bronte, who is very well known for her beautiful novel Wuthering Heights, and she wrote under the pen name of Alice Bell. Next we have Anna Bronte, who is the sister of Charlotte Bronte and Emily Bronte, and she also wrote under the pen name of Acton Bell, and her most famous novel is Agnes Grey. Then we have Thomas Hardy. Now, all the novels of Thomas Hardy are based in a semi-fictional region called Wessex. Now, his major works are Far from the Madding Crowd, Mayor of the Casterbridge, Tess of the D'Urberville, and Jude the Obscure. Then we have Lewis Carroll. His real name is Charles Ludwig Dodson, and he is the author of Alice in Wonderland. Finally, we have Arthur Conan Doyle, who created the beautiful and fascinating world of Sherlock Holmes. He wrote 4 novels and 56 short stories of Sherlock Holmes. Now let's take a look at the prose writers of the Victorian Age. Number 1, Thomas Carlyle. He coined the term condition of England, and his major work is Sartor Resartus. Number 2, Thomas Babington Macaulay. He was a British historian. His major works are Minute on the Indian Education, History of England from the Ascension of James II, and Essays on Milton. Now let's take a look at the most famous Victorian playwright, Oscar Wilde, who was an Irish man. His major plays are The Importance of Being Earnest, A Woman of No Importance, Salome, and Lady Windermere's Fan. And he also wrote a famous novel called The Picture of Dorian Gray. So that's it for today's episode, where we discussed the Victorian Age in detail. And in the next video in the History of English Literature series, we will discuss the modern age. So if you like this video, then do share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will be back next week with a brand new video on literary work. And thank you so much everyone for participating in our year-end giveaway. And the results will be announced very soon. So do stay connected on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to be a member of Learning Literature with Purba, then do click on the blue join button. Till then, stay tuned to Learning Literature with Purba. Thank you so much for watching.